Good morning. When I was in seminary preaching class, one of the things I learned that I use every single week is that every sermon should lead us to do or to be something. The idea is that it can't just be a nice lecture, but it actually is intending to help us. The scripture being pronounced, being proclaimed from the pulpit is to help us to do or to be something. And so if I am preaching a sermon on the prodigal son and I give you a lovely lecture on inheritance laws in the first century, you might know a little more at the end of that sermon, and you might be able to win something at trivia night, but it didn't lead you to do or be anything. Instead, I need to find ways that we all are drawn into the story so the story can transform us. This morning, I want to do that in a very direct way. At our deacons meeting this week, as we were talking, several deacons mentioned that as this pandemic wears on and as the cases are rising and all of that, that they are noticing more and more people who are just terribly lonely right now. Not only senior citizens and shut-ins, although certainly them, but also children who are stuck at home, or single people who are not elderly necessarily, but don't live with other people. People who have lost things like the ability to work at work and are still stuck at home working. In lots and lots of ways, this pandemic has isolated us and caused us to be lonely. And so I want to share with you from James, the first chapter, this just powerful, powerful verse, James 1:27. Religion that is pure and undefiled before God the Father is this: to care for orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself unstained by the world. And I think those two clauses, to care for widows and orphans and to keep oneself unstained by the world, really are two sides of the same coin. The way the world stains me is I'm selfish and I only worry about me. And if I'm not lonely, then I don't care. And if I've got what I need to survive, then I don't care about other people. But James says true religion, the religion that is pure and the religion that God the Father blesses, is a religion where I recognize that if I am okay, it's my job then to reach out to someone else. It's my job to use the things God has given me for them. And so this day, quite simply, I want to suggest that because we know there are a lot of people right now who are lonely or otherwise in need because of the pandemic, that on this day, you engage in true religion and you find a way to care for orphans and widows. And that doesn't have to be literally, but people who have been orphaned by the pandemic such that they are stuck at home, they don't have as much contact with other people, that kind of thing. And you find a way. Pick up the phone and make a phone call. Pick up a pen and write a note. Find a way to care for widows and orphans in their distress. And if we be that, if we do that this day, then we know that we are truly doing what God is calling us to do. And then do it again tomorrow. We can do these things because God is with us.